Hey everyone. Oh, I feel like we ran a marathon for this entire week. You know
Went
what I
by
mean?
fast.
You think it went? I think this has been quite a long week.
Oh, I feel like my week went by fast.
Oh my god. Well, welcome everyone to Books and Brew, the only amazing bar and tavern that is located within the main continent of Mosted. That's amazing. What a meta thing to do, you guys naming your bar Books and Brew. You know what I mean?
I thought it was fitting.
It is fitting, but it feels so meta to now we can kind of assume that this show is being held within the Books and Brew.
Can you send me the restream link?
You keep saying restream link, but I think you mean our Twitch chat.
Yeah. I don't know. You always call it a restream. I just thought that was what you were sending me.
No, we don't restream. But yes, it has. I feel it's been have we done anything? You know what it is? This is what the feeling is that we've been doing almost like multiple shows a week, and the fact that we've had one shots almost every single month has made me believe that the amount of streams that we do here are so minuscule when it's only 1 or 2 streams a week. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we are doing a lot more. When in reality we're on course. You know
Lethal, I think we were a bad influence on you.
Oh no. A rum chata? Ooh.
But I mean, it is Brooks and Brew, so technically you're supposed to have a brewer.
Absolutely. Oh man. So, I wanted to go through a few things.
We're not gonna have Magic and Mustard tomorrow.
A few announcements.
It was scheduled, but Steve welcomed a little level 0 baby human.
Steve right now is subclassing into an uncle. So congratulations to Steve, our wonderful, beautiful friend who's going to be having a new life in his life, which is absolutely incredible. So, and to the mother as well. Hopefully everything's the best. We were able to see a little picture of them, and it was cute, super cute. And so no Mosted tomorrow.
And the following week we will have the campaign, our anniversary one shot, but we won't be having the main campaign. So technically,
we're taking a long break from Mosted.
Session 45.
That's right.
Will be on the 20th of this month.
Oh, I'm still wearing my white shirt from when I was wearing it at Oris. By the way, you know what I've noticed? Everyone I've ever met outside of within my little Oris bubble doesn't call it Oris.
What do they call it?
Aoris.
Why?
I think because if you got rid of the A and you just read it as is, it would be Oris because the O-R. But they see the A and that confuses them, so immediately they go to Aoris. Yeah. I understand that, like, maybe it is pronounced that way. Maybe I've been doing it wrong.
I feel like they would have corrected you by now.
Oris, yeah, it's weird. So we will not be streaming, as Amber has mentioned, tomorrow. However, that does not mean you guys are not going to go out without some content. We always have content on this channel every weekend.
Something.
So while we will not be streaming. Google pronounces as Aurus.
We don't count Google, man. Google, like, white girl pronounces anything that requires a little bit of finesse.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So we won't be streaming on this channel tomorrow, but if you want to see me and Amber play a one shot, we are going to be doing so for 12 days of indie. That'll be happening tomorrow. Sunday.
Sunday.
So
the 7th.
Yeah, on the 7th at
from 3 to 6.
3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, to 6 p.m. Pacific. So it'll be a 3-hour one shot. We'll be playing with a couple of streamers who are also participating within the Indie 12 Days of Indie. For those who don't know, 12 Days of Indie is an amazing charitable event where it's all proceeds are going towards Toys for Tots. essentially, the organization has been doing this since like 1947. There's even a picture of like Walt Disney, like promoting it, like an old black and white picture of him promoting it back in the day. It was created by Marines, and it essentially spreads like a positive cheer for the within the holiday season, as well as providing toys for those less fortunate to open during the holiday season. Not just Christmas, but Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, things like that. So,
I don't know what our stretch goals are though for donations.
we have goal incentives.
Yeah.
I can share them now because I would like people to get salivated to seeing how they can mess with my one shot. I will be DMing, forever DM.
I DM'd.
Sure.
It was nuts.
I don't have to say that anymore. I don't have to say that I'm a forever DM. I like it. But yeah, so what we have here is we have a couple of goal incentives. If you were to donate, I believe $5, I will roll on the wild magic die or table, and something magical will occur, something random.
But we're streaming on 12 Days of Indies Twitch, right?
That's correct.
We're not streaming on Arcane Focus's Twitch.
Correct. It is 12 days. It is twitch.tv/indie is the URL.
Yeah.
My hair weird. Weird.
We'll make a post about it before we do it. We'll probably make it
I'm
tomorrow.
going to make a graphic tonight and post
Yeah.
it tomorrow. In addition to that, if you were to donate $10, only $5 more, it is the first phonetic spelling of it.
DIE.
Yeah, DIE. Indie. So it's twitch.tv/indie. People should be streaming there now. It's going to be going on for 2 weeks.
Yeah. They have streamers alternating so they can raise money.
Yeah. If you were to donate $10 during our segment, again, if you donate $5 during our segment, Wild Magic Die, a little surge will happen. Donate $10, I will roll on the Madness Die, or the table. There is, in D&D, there is a Madness table you can roll. Something crazy will happen to one of the players. Or maybe a person they're talking to. Who knows? So, kind of exciting. I think there's one more, but I'll have to go through it. It's been a while. But yes, so please join us on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Indie channel. We're going to be doing this all for charity, so even if you can't donate, share the word.
Like, share. All the things.
So since the last Books and Brew we didn't do a recap because we were doing pumpkin carving, which ours is still outside.
I was also sick and dying, so
That's
you
true,
know.
So a few things happened in session 43 and 44. Unless you want to talk about those, we can jump into that.
Yeah, I kind of went nuts. Well, this one I couldn't show before because I was using it for Hades, and I didn't want you to look in here. And then I pre-ordered fizz bands. So Mike was like, "You did what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just didn't want to tell you. I pre-ordered it for like months."
I should have known.
And then we got this one. Mike got this for his anniversary gifts, which is the Wild Beyond. But yeah. So we have a lot of new source books for Books and Brew. There's a ton of shit, especially in the Wild Beyond one. I feel like it's literally a little bit bigger than the other two.
It does look a little bit thicker. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while. Got lots of content.
So yeah, in the following weeks during Books and Brew, we'll definitely start diving deeper into those books because while I have read a little bit of the Wilds. As well as the Fast.
Everybody's was hyped about this one because of fucking dragons.
There's so many cool dragon types now.
There's
ones.
gemstone dragons. There's all sorts of shit.
Yeah, and there's like different variations of like a mind flare dragon, a dragon lich. There's so many cool ones. Like I think there's even. I'm guessing there's probably an ooze dragon. Who knows? But I also want to. What's the other one that you used for your one shot?
Oh, Mythic Odysseus of Theros.
So I have not touched that one at all.
This is where Rasta came out of.
So I'm super hyped to get into that one. I want to read a little bit more about that and discuss it here in Books and Brew.
And this Hydra is different than a generic Hydra. Like, if you were to get it out of the monster manual, this one is more OP than, like, the one that's in there.
It's like the boss Hydra.
It has more hit points and more stuff.
So, a few things happened in the last few games, if you guys want a quick little recap. And I'll go through just sort of some bullet point ideas, and then we can start talking about it. So, session 43 began with you guys ending the fight, or near basically the end of the fight with Lily. You and Savannah, Vera and Savannah, walked into a secret room, had a quick audience with Olivia and Ollie Blake, the twin Blakes.
I didn't like it.
Head down to Arrowfield, where a few things were shared. One, Savannah learned that her father is alive and well, as well as joined the other Tabaxi clan. There are 2 known Tabaxi clans within the world, or in this continent, I should say. That was one piece of information. 2, you called your father. It felt very teenagers, but again, we're doing bullet points. We'll get to that in a second.
It wasn't teenagers. It was like, my sister's dead.
Dad, pick me up real quick. What do we do? No, hold on.
It was not like that at all.
I know. I'm making fun. You did resurrect. Everyone did pitch in to resurrect your sister. You guys went back home.
We went to...
Well, hold on. We're doing bullet points.
No, I know, but bullet points we went to... When we went to the resurrection, what was that city?
Lawnwood.
Yeah, it was something with a lawn.
We did Lawnwood. Which you barely had any moment to explore, really. You only went to to the chapel.
Yeah.
You know what's really weird? When I was discussing Lawnwood, is it weird that you visited Lawnwood before Campaign 3 of Critical Role? Do you remember what Lawnwood was described as?
No.
Several spires with discs, platforms, and then Campaign 3 of Critical Role, they're on spires. So, great minds, I guess. Anyways, you guys did that.
I heard you.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm kidding.
No, they've been playing that for
months.
Months. I've only been planning it for a week. So, you guys went back to the Books and Brew, got some passive money, pretty good.
I think most of it we reinvested. We didn't actually take it.
Rolly did a lot of that. He was like, I want the good coffee, give her a raise, to Ellie. Who is your accountant, apparently, obviously.
Yeah.
She was the accountant for the circus, she's the accountant now. That was that was session 43. Not a total lot, a lot more RP. 43 was somewhat similar. You went to go talk to...
44.
Oh, 44, excuse me. 44. You went to go talk to Igno and Roman. Learned a bit about sort of the nature of the phylactery and what Igno plans to do in the future. Some pieces were given to you guys, like the Lunar Coliseum was happening in a few days, as well as a letter that Vera received from Uthiel, who was like, hey, I've been thinking, and I'd like to meet up with my old crew and set some things right.
Yeah.
And so that was done. I think the final thing that happened in 44 was Rolly becoming a warlock, or multi-classing into a warlock, and sort of everyone helping Rolly discover what it was. Even going to Igno, and everyone was like, warlocks are a known thing. There's different names for them. If this is what you're describing, then this is what you are. And sort of giving the basics of being a warlock, while everyone else was like, don't do your spells on people.
Yeah, obviously that one didn't click.
So we're gonna go into one quick circle around, and I want to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
So you were coming off the fight with Lily Underwood. Okay. So you split her asunder with a guiding bolt. I think that was your final move.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What was going through your mind when you found the back room, and Savannah was like, okay, I'll move the plate, and started to walk in, and you were following behind, because I was like, where are you going? You were like, I'm gonna follow. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna leave her in the room by herself. Fucking Rolly was passed out because he was just done.
Yeah. And what went through your mind the moment I described that you saw two somewhat similar faces, gaunt looking, a man and a woman looking at you?
I knew who that was, but like I told you, that was like a fight in my head because I was like, dude, we're all at 5 or 6 hit points. Like, there's no way. I mean, like, the blessing, I'm assuming, is going to help a lot, but I'm like, if we take one good hit, like, that's it. And I don't know what that's gonna do. And it's like, there's too many variables. I feel like if it was stupid Vera by herself, like, if she wasn't with a group and didn't have ties, she probably would have went for it, because that's the type of person she is. So it's just like, I'm gonna finish it and just finish it all, but it was just like, that wasn't a smart decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, she didn't do it.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that, you know, especially coming off such a big battle, kind of already tapped out, not to mess with 2 other seemingly as strong individuals.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, so that happened. There was a bit of discussion between, actually it was a little bit one-sided. I remember I was rewatching the episode a few days ago, and I was noticing that while the brother and sister were talking, Ollie and Olivia, you guys were kind of a lot of like quiet.
I think because we were in shock because we didn't know what we were gonna do. It was like, and I think Savannah probably, or Temple had the same idea as me, because it was just like, we're tapped. Like, I think I had spells still, like, don't get me wrong. I don't think I was tapped, like, I've been tapped before where I've had, like, 1 spell slot, but I know I had more than that. It's just, like, you're weighing your odds.
Yeah.
So you're just, like, and Rolly didn't even know where the fuck we went. Like, if we died in there and he just passed out, he wouldn't know until, like, he got up to go look for us.
Till he would have taken that little rest or something.
And then we had the guards locked up. Didn't know how well that worked. We had those creatures still running around. Didn't know how that worked. Like, it's just like, we need to go. Like, yeah, you're our main fucking problem and we don't get too many chances at this, but you're gonna be our fucking problem in like 2 seconds, and there's gonna be something we can't change about it. Get down, you. You're in trouble. Come on. No, man.
But, yeah, I could see that, definitely. But it almost felt like you guys didn't want to step over, like, you didn't want to talk too much to maybe...
I didn't want to insinuate anything, and I didn't want to, like...
You didn't want to start anything.
I didn't want to, like, go over the line, and then it was, like, too fucking late, and it's like, well, now we're doing this, and I don't know what's gonna happen, so...
So, there's definitely a dynamic in terms of story, what's sort of going on now. There was a lot of investment. I know this because not only was I pushing for it, but you guys definitely rolled with it and made it your own. But there was a lot of investment happening with your characters and Lily. You know, there was a history, there was some discussions, there was some backstory. There was several moments where you were like, fuck this person. She needs to die. There might still be that feeling towards the twins, but there's less of a connection now. You know, it's a lot of hearsay and things you've seen and heard that they've done in the past that have caught up to you guys, but there's less. This is the first interaction, and I've even written down what they've told you guys, and it was like, "Are you the ones who are killing our things?" That's concerning. Why? Did you also kill our gnome? And you're like, "No, he left," and they're like, "Oh." Well, if you're going to continue breaking our toys, then we're going to leave. Bye.
I think and maybe because I think I can only say that Steve and Rolly hasn't done this, because I feel like me and Savannah only understand how fucked up they really are, and only because, I mean, he understands, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like when it was us 4, which was us 3 and Duma in the Blake's Manor, like, yeah, they were freaking out because stuff was happening, but it wasn't like to the extent where Vera and Savannah were going through these rooms and like essentially ghosts and dead things were telling them like, you know, our own kids, these two twins, needed to stop at a certain point. And it's like, I'm your dead parent, or I'm the spirit of something. And it was like, we don't like what they're doing. And they're still doing it, apparently. Like, we weren't really sure at the point, but we were just like, there's nothing good coming out of this place. So much where it's just like, and we didn't think it was going to go this crazy, but it's you, so I don't know why I underestimate.
I have an idea, and it's like a match that strikes, and it just keeps on going.
But I feel like, ironically, and we said this last time, I was like, Vera and Lily are alike in that sense of, Lily never thought Vera or anybody that was associated with her questioned themselves, like with magic or with power, and Vera questioned herself the most. Like,
there's a lot of. I'll say some of it's planned, obviously. You know.
Yeah, some of it's planned.
I hear the backstory of my player, and I'm like, perfect. There's a little niche we can find in here, but a lot of it was unplanned.
Yeah, a lot of it was unplanned because I said I left the seed of she wants to bring him back very much. Like, she wants to bring Uthiel, her fiance, back no matter what. But then there's that little part of her that says, even though I know I can do that, at least at some point, like, should I do that?
Yeah.
And even now, like with Rolly, and I know I haven't talked about this with Steve because, you know, life, but like I was telling you, I was just like, wow, like fucking full circle now. Vera's like,
oh, let's get to that when we get to the actual.
You don't understand.
Let's get to that because that's later in session 44.
But I mean, when I was relating them to, it was just like, she had the problem with Lily was like, you have access to what's essentially a fucking lich. You have access to these two twins that don't question what they're doing, they just do. And like, don't think twice. Same thing with this fucking gnome. Like, yeah, there's an objective because you guys agreed on it, but like, he doesn't really question, he just does. He doesn't like care about the, you know, ramifications of his actions on the people he's experimenting on.
Yeah.
There is no like moral compass or like, should I? But and then at the end when we had those notes, she wasn't even like, honestly, I could be totally fucking wrong, but it sounded like she was betraying the things she believed in because it was like she wanted the power now. It was like, okay. Because she did all these things to get a certain whatever the fuck she wanted. And I was
there was definitely some hypocrisy going on.
Yeah. I mean, not that Vera did tell her that in the message. It was like, do you understand? Hi, Kettle. It's pot.
By the way, I'm telling you to tell you black. Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a conversation.
So, that all happened. The brother and sister left. So, my question to you originally was, how do you what concern is there now with the twins? You know, because they don't have their tool anymore, but I mean, like, they can go between gateways, so does it really matter? Like, it's still a threat. Like, a big threat. Like, Lily was on essentially a fucking tool. Like, I don't mean like as a person, although we thought that, but like, she, like, I don't know what their extent is, like, if they can only go in certain areas, if they can only go in mirrors, like, they're technically supposed to be dead. I don't know what the fuck. But, like, Lily was, like, I'm assuming what was left was flesh and blood, and was like, I have leverage in this realm, I can use that. Where, I don't know how far their, like, reach goes, like, outside of her, is the problem. But, like, they have access to power. Clearly. Well, we'll definitely see what happens in the near future. This has opened it up for a lot of things, and I don't believe I can prepare for everything, but I'm just going to have to roll with the punches, as a DM would. So we're going to move a little beyond now. You blew up the facility.
Yeah. Avalanche.
Yeah, with the chemical fire and explosion with avalanche. You made it back down to Arrowfield where Savannah got that information from her sister. And her sister was taking care of yours, at least the body.
Yeah.
And you had to find a way to a Church of Palor as quick as possible. At least you were trying to do as quick as possible. So you ended up reaching out to your father to see if he knew anything and if he can help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly forgot about your father. And
why wouldn't she tell him? Like,
well, I mean, I think you did tell me like a while back. You're like, I think I'm gonna talk to my father about this, and I was like, probably afterwards. My head was like, I wasn't thinking fully, and I was like, probably afterwards.
no, she was debating whether to tell him at all because it was like such a heartbreaking thing. But then at the same time, she was like, that's your firstborn. Like, that's our eldest sibling. Like, yeah, it's not going to be comfortable. Yeah, it's going to be really sad. But it's just like, I can't tell you that your freaking kid died. And it's like, and it very much felt like Vera's fault. Like, she would still put that on herself. But, like, why would, I mean, she's not going to call her mom.
Yeah.
You're pregnant. You stand I'm already going to give you a heart attack with this.
I was going to say, she's going to already, yeah, she's just, what?
Yeah.
Whole thing. So I was counting the days. Your father has obviously magical items that have a cooldown longer than usual because they are very powerful items.
I think he has like transport via plants or tree stride or some shit.
He has a transport via plants ring. He has a necklace that allows him to
a message.
plane
shift.
Plane shift. And I believe he has a bracelet that allows him to cast sending.
That's decked out.
He's made a lot of deals in the day. You know, you don't become like essentially a major player within within a city, as well as opening now country businesses without knowing some people.
Yeah.
And that definitely, and it's one of those things where I was thinking about it when I was making your father, and I was like, he has to have some connections, but you can't abuse those connections because then you lose them.
Yeah.
So,
I don't feel like she does. Like, this was like full on emergency SOS.
This was a thought in my head if you ever decided to try to abuse it. You're like, I'm just going to talk to my dad and see if he can hook us up. He probably could have done a few things, but then you'd be like, you got to be on your own now, all right? Because I can only do this so many times.
But she's totally not that way.
No, you're totally not. So this fit in where you were like, Dad, help us out. Tragedy, the whole thing. There was definitely a moment of silence and sort of shock when you messaged him, and he was like, "I'll be there tomorrow."
Because it's very much like you don't want to say that shit over a phone,
yeah,
or a message essentially. But it's just like, well, I can't get to you, so this is all I can do, really. At least at that level, that's all I could get to you, do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of a surreal experience. Came to get you, transfer your plants to Lawnwood, and you guys performed a ceremony within the House of Palor, meeting together with Nathan Nar, who was there to wed you and Uthiel.
Yeah, she's been there through a lot of family events.
You know what's very crazy and I started to think about? For those who don't know, we've mentioned a few times, numerous times, we've had a campaign before streaming.
Home campaign, yeah.
And Nathan R was a little older, 50 years older, and was traveling to archipelago.
We gravitate towards her though. Like, she was weird, and yeah, she was a drow, and we were trying not to have that stigma because she was a drow. But we liked her and her little weird bat.
Mm-hmm. It's the familiar. It's always the bat. It's weird to think about that. There's two characters, an NPC and your character Iris, who
really liked Nathan.
Yeah, they both liked Nathan, and they both liked each other. And it was one of those things where it's like we kind of decided that they were going to get married, have a kid, and the whole thing. It's not crazy to say that Nathan would wed those two characters too.
Yeah.
So Nathan definitely has done her own fair share of ceremonies, especially within player-centric PCs.
Yeah. Well, she was just a nice NPC, so it wasn't like we were purposely planning this out. We didn't know what the fuck campaign 2 or was gonna happen or what we were gonna do, so it's just oh.
Yeah, I made it 50 years in the past. I was just really excited to bring in a lot of callbacks, obviously.
Like Janky, his grandpa.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Little gnome.
Janky's grandfather was there. I think, what was his name?
There was the other guy,
the gnome, the dwarf who unfortunately passed in the other campaign.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I have his name somewhere, but anyways, so that happened to resurrect your sister, and I did do it the Matt Mercer
way,
because I was like, this is more than just death. This is no longer soul.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, you rolled
divine intervention.
But that's not enough. That's starting the fire. Now it's let's keep it lit. And so, yeah, so that was done. You guys passed. Headed back to Alrak. And Moscow's now interested in wedding Mary Kane, officially.
Although we all have to shut up about it. I said, but we all have to shut up about it.
Yeah. I think he may have done it exclusively to be like, stop talking. I can only assume like in the down times, like the moments we don't explore these characters, it's like, so when are you gonna marry Vera? Seriously.
30 years, man.
I am working right now. Can't think about that. And you're like, think about it while you're taking a break, because now you're taking but that was fun. It was a lot of
I don't feel like she would bug him. She would just probably bug him if the ring is done.
Yeah. He's working on the ring.
Yeah.
He's working on it now. Session 44 came in. Talked to Igno and Roman. Learned a lot about the phylactery.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask me now. It's written down. But yeah.
I can give you a summary. If the sliver is pushed into another plane where it was created, it goes inert.
Yeah.
And it can be reactivated if it's brought back. The lich that created the sliver can feel it when it's destroyed.
I'm sure we're on our shit list because we've like destroyed 2, right? And one we technically gave away.
You destroyed 2?
Didn't I? Oh, we only destroyed the 1. Wait. Yeah, no, we only destroyed the 1. That's right.
You destroyed the 1. You're not like. There's a lot of questions. What happens with
Mosado.
Yeah, Mosado. But it definitely something happened to it. And you definitely witnessed that.
I'm just assuming it's on another plane, but yeah, we're probably not on this chick's good graces as long as.
The phylactery sliver can also be used as much of a capturing device, and that's how it devours souls. Is it sort of captures the soul and starts to slowly devour it, transferring energy to the lich. Also, that the crystal in question that's being investigated is only 1/4 of the energy being outputted, meaning that there's 4 in total.
Oh, we destroyed 1. Somebody ate 1. We have 1 in possession and one we don't have.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, technically 2 we don't have, but like we have no idea where it is yet.
Definitely aware that Lily used the crystal, the one that's missing, but don't know its whereabouts currently.
Yeah, it wasn't on her.
I
wouldn't be surprised if the little fuckhead gnome has it. Or the twins.
And the last thing I want to talk about, because the last thing in question, and that is Rolly becoming a warlock. Wow, I could not say those R's. Rolly and warlock.
Can do RW.
No, Rolly and warlock. Rolly becoming a warlock. It's funny how this works out.
Well, I mean, you gave us that option when we met Dendar. I thought he was gonna go
sorcerer.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go sorcerer because it made more sense to me. But
he was thinking about it. I can talk about that much. He was thinking about it. There was some discussion of which way he was going, and he told me what he wanted to do, like what benefits he was trying to look for, and I was like, I did sort of persuade him to become a warlock because I was like, with the things you're trying to do, it sounds very reminiscent of being a warlock, and that may be more beneficial. So, there was a bit of sort of talking happening. You know, it could have gone a lot of ways. I'll tell you that much. There were some wild ideas he had, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Oh, all right, well."
It's funny because we said, like, I was like, dude, Steve, if you're listening, whatever. But if I was just like, I remember he was like, "You're always a fucking druid. I've only ever been a druid twice, and this man in every fucking one shot in every campaign has found a way to be a fucking warlock." And I'm just like, dude. I was like, I'm more diverse than you officially.
Officially. I feel like with this inclusion of Warlock within Rolly, it's official. And we've been in a lot of one-shots.
Yeah, I was like, I've been a Warlock, I've been a Paladin, I've been a Druid, I've been an Eldritch Knight, I've been a Rune Knight.
You know what you haven't been? You haven't been a complete martial class. Yes.
Because it doesn't appeal to me.
You are a magic user, true and true.
Yeah, like, I didn't mind, like, I don't think I would flush out a full fighter, because, like the Eldritch Knight and the Rune Knight stuff is kind of fun for, like, a one-shot, especially, like, that persona, but I just don't think I could keep that persona up for so long. So, like, I feel like Magic has so many twists and turns to it, and I'm not saying that, like, if you're a fighter, you know, your fucking story can't be weird, because you play a fighter and your story is fucking hella weird. So, but
it's funny, I only took 2 levels in Sorcerer just to make my backstory a little more competent.
So, you know, there is people that, like, you know, totally do great things with it. Me personally, I just don't think that's on the level, at least right now.
Well, he had it was funny the way it worked out. I knew that Steve wanted to have some magic with his barbarian for a while.
I mean, he's been hinting at it since for forever.
Yeah, and
at least in character.
And I like the fact that it wasn't like, now make me a warlock. You know, it was a lot of waiting. I think he waited like 2 levels, maybe more.
Probably more.
I think more.
So we're level 10, right? 10 or 11.
He's been waiting for 4 levels.
11?
You're level 11 now.
Yeah, we just hit 11.
He's been waiting for 4 levels.
Yeah, he's been waiting for a while.
And I like that it wasn't like, oh, I'm level.
It was fitting. It was fitting though, because when we went to his house or went to his home, then he learned about his mom, and like, we don't know if she's a magic user. We could just kind of assume that she wasn't the norm, given what she could, like, who she was surrounded with and what she could do.
Sure. I mean, I think it's safe to say, and I can say it now. The way I built it was that the females of, wow, I forgot her last name. Her maiden name.
Something with a B. It's not
Brand.
Yeah.
The Brand family, all the females were draconic sorcerers.
Oh, cool.
Because
of the dragon.
Because the dragon lineage. And all of the males were barbarians.
Like for the strength aspect of it?
Yeah, and the way I flavored it was that it wasn't that they were angry, it's just that they always had an internal fire within their bellies that made them stronger. And it was like less of, I'm getting angry, more like, oh, I'm always strong. I'm just naturally strong. It's like, how could you do that? No, just put in the hard work and you'll be fine. Just like a imagine like a really beefy superhero farmer who's like
Hercules.
Yeah. I'm just taking out this tree. It's like, how are you lifting a tree with one arm?
But that's they're very much alike. If we're gonna go Disney, if we're not gonna go like true to form, but if we were to go Disney version Hercules, it was very much, you don't know your fucking background until somebody tells you like the hard truth, and you just assume that you're just a freak and you got this natural fucking strength.
But he became a warlock, and the reason why I say it's funny how it worked out is, during the moment where you guys were in the sea cave and you found the purple phylactery, and Rolly got trapped inside. It was honestly one of those encounters where I wrote in a note saying a player could die here and not come back. Like, this is an ending character
I wasn't
event.
laughing at that. I was laughing at our neighbor's kid yell at our cat.
It was a player ending event. You know, death happens, especially within this really dangerous moment. And you guys brought it to Igno, which was really smart. I was like, yeah, this was, and I had to make up a few things on the fly, and I was like, okay, let me think about this guy real quick, 5 seconds. And it was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, this fits right. And he is a high-level wizard, and I was like, he should have some defensive spells, like disintegration. Oh, perfect, he has disintegration. Used it and destroyed it. And I started to think about it 2 sessions later. I thought about it, I was like, that seems so weak. This thing created by a high powerful lich can be destroyed by disintegration. Yes, it's a powerful spell, but this is a legendary thing happening here. You know, I feel like it wouldn't be that simple. It's not a spell slot.
No.
It should be more. And the reason why this worked out is because I then impacted Rolly's pact, saying that an outer playing being weakened it. So it's a lot harder to destroy these things than you think. And I finally got it back on track. Got a freebie. Because I messed up, but I corrected myself with lore later. I did find it a little crazy that he was immediately trying to do hex on people.
It's kind of funny because, like, and again, Steve, I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your character half the time, because it's very much, and Temple and I have called them out on this shit before, like, you need to be, like, it's fine for character growth, but if, like, you flip-flop, we're gonna assume your ass is bipolar character-wise.
We've definitely talked about this, how Rolly is the most chaotic of the bunch.
Yeah, because Savannah's expected chaotic. Like,
she's controlled chaos.
Oh no, like, I mean expected as in, like, we know her tropes. Like, we know she likes shiny things. We know, you know, we expect certain things from Savannah, you know, most of the time, but she's also forewarned us that these are her habits. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it was just by observation, but she has verbally said that, you know, that shit happens and, you know, I like shiny things or I like to, like, snatch shit. And so, like, it's been verbally said, but, like, Rolio was just like, dude, your whole thing was you don't hurt anybody and you stand up for the little guy and you're over here fucking testing this shit out on your friends. And I totally understood the crazy scientist method that Steve was doing, was like, well, I don't know what it does, so let me do it on somebody that trusts me. And I was like, that's fine, totally understand that. But the other part of my mind, and essentially what was Vera's thought, was like, I have to trust you that you know what you're doing, but the fact is you don't know what you're doing. And I don't know enough about you or what this is to say, okay. And, like, I'll look at it, I'll give it a minute, but, like, that's why she counterspelled and he got upset. And I was just like, you don't do that on your friends. Yeah. And, like, yeah, luckily Roman was nice enough to be like, I think this is okay. But it was still an I think. It wasn't an I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's funny. He could have chosen a lot of people. You know, there's Moscow, there's Ellie, there's Luna, there's you know, so many people you could have talked to. Roman was probably the safest choice character-wise because he's very much trusting. He's an innocent person who, like, and I think a good example also to his character that I wrote in was that when Savannah came over, he was like, I want to apologize for that. Not to say that I didn't enjoy it, like, because they did have a night together. And I was like, I just don't want you to think that I'm a person who sees...
Who sleeps around.
Who sleeps around or is, like, in a drunken stupor and sees this as an excuse to do it. I enjoyed myself. I'm not sure if you did too. But I just wanted to make sure that I respect you. And he's that type of person where he's, like, a little trusting, very much on the level. He is my lawful neutral character. Very much so, where he's like, I want to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah. And
he's being plagued by this shadow chaos magic, but he controls in a way he's like, now I have my polar bear.
It's like an even, though. You gave chaotic to chaotic, okay?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know, like that irked me. That irked Vera so much because it was like, yeah, I understand, like, in battle, and then I know this is a little where the Lily thing came in, but if I were to say, test it on Cat, I guarantee you he would have said fucking no.
Yeah.
Because he holds his brother in that kind of regard, and then, but she holds everybody in that regard. Like, you may piss me off, you may annoy me, we may fucking fight or whatever, but, like, you're still my friend, therefore, I'm not gonna do that to you unless you give me a goddamn good reason to do it to you. And it was like, you don't do that to people unless they're fucking deserving of this shit.
And it's very exciting to have seen the counter spell from your shield for maybe the third time. Maybe second. It hasn't been that many. But it was so exciting to see that where I was like, you counter? Like, it was a thing where you said, I counter spell it. And I was like, you can. Because you haven't used it. You can.
Yeah.
And it was exciting because I was like, oh my god. Vera has a lot more power than I give her credit. Like, I think you're already pretty powerful, but I'm like, she's way more powerful than I remember. Because obviously I don't look at your character sheets all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, like, that's why I told you afterward. I was like, she's...
But now we get into the ideals.
Of, like, Lily's point. But, like I said, what bothered Vera wasn't so much of, like, her point. It was how she executed it. And then the biggest hypocrisy. That was her.
Sure.
And it was just like, dude, I understand you want to be protective, like, of people that don't know what they're doing, like Rolly. But it's just like, there's some people that do question, should I? And there is people that put in work that aren't fucking wizards, that put in a lot of years, and they're just like, no, I know what I'm doing. Like, and even herself, it was like, in the end, she wanted it for herself. Like, in the fucking notes, that's what she wanted for herself.
Yeah.
So it was just like...
She wanted perfection. And
I think the moral was essentially like the person makes the power, not the power makes the person. And it's just like, whatever I give you, whatever's in there is already gonna do whatever it's gonna do. Like, if I give you necrotic magic, what are you gonna use it for? Are you gonna use it for bad things, or are you gonna use it for good things? Like, it could be a good magic, but it's up to you on how you use it.
I still think, it was I didn't think about it. It was funny how it happened, because all this chaos is happening with Rolly not understanding his magic, just casting it on people, throwing bolts out the door, hitting the side of a wall, getting the attraction of the guards, and then we ended the session. You turned to me and you were like, "Fuck! Now I see Lily's point."
Well, I always seen her point, and that's why I said the line I did from the stupid Batman movie, because I was just like, I think Vera very much sees this like that, and where it was just like, a part of me thought, or a part of her thought, there may be a chance that something's just wrong, and maybe I'm not seeing it, and maybe I can fix it, and you won't fucking be like this no more. And I think that came out when she didn't understand any of Lily, and it was just like, I'm sorry for whatever I did to you, because I don't understand why you, like, hate me so much. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and she laughed at that, but, like, Vera was like, I must have done something wrong for you to act this way. So, like, and I don't know what it was. So that's why it was just like, I think Lily just had, like, this bad influence, but really, she was really bad. Like, it was no matter, like, trying to talk to her didn't work.
Yo, Shady.
And even when, hey Shady, and then even when she was by herself and had that ability to get said power on her own without, like, Evergrey, it was like, no, she still took it. Like, there was, like, to Vera, there was no, like, I don't think I can fix you. Like, I don't think I can save you from yourself because you're so far in now.
And now, I mean, Lily's gone.
This form.
and now I think the way we left it was that there was a few things. I think we talked this already. There was a few things to think about. There was obviously the letter from Uthiel and seeing how that goes.
Well, we're on our way to the Colosseum.
And then, of course, the Colosseum.
Yeah.
So you guys are on your way to Colosseum. I think the way we ended it, if I'm going to remind myself, is, oh my god, I got to rewatch the episode. But yeah, let me see your new dice.
I think they're in the other room.
Oh, he wants to see you as a Wednesday Addams.
Oh. Yeah. We got to see Discord maybe.
We'll share that on Discord after. We'll end the stream sometime soon.
You
but-
told him I dressed up?
Yeah, I forgot how I mentioned it, but I mentioned I was like, oh, we were, you know what I was talking about? I think, and I gotta remind myself, I've done a lot of streams this week, was that we were mentioning how you were answering the door as Wednesday Addams.
And the little girl was like, "Hi, Annabelle," and I was like, I'm not gonna take that as an insult.
The dice, however, I actually have it in my pocket, which is funny.
Oris dice.
Oris dice. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And let's see. Oh,
You passed the logo.
yeah. Got the clear Oris logo going on right now, and it feels good. You know, it's not plastic; it's pure gemstone, and it rolls well. Like it does like 2 bounces, and that's it. That's all
I
you
have
need.
to roll it on my little mat though. I'll roll it on the
Roll it on your mat. I have a full desk mat that natural 20.
Yeah, it's heavy then.
Natural 20.
It is heavy.
I'm definitely going to be using these tomorrow, or this one tomorrow, because it'll be.
We're not playing
Shady.
tomorrow. We're playing Sunday.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
right.
Shady. So Steve is now Uncle Steve, and so we won't be having Magic and Mustard, so they can have baby time, and we will be doing.
Mostad will be on hiatus for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
so we're not going to be
We'll
doing
be 12 days at Indy this Sunday, and then next week we will be back, but we'll be doing our anniversary one-shot on Saturday instead of the main campaign, and then the 20th we'll be back with session 45.
I'm so excited for the one shot, the 1 year one shot.
Yeah.
I've been prepping this for a few months now. I am 99.9% done. I have to. Oh no, I think I'm pretty much done. I just need to make like cards because there's a special event.
I don't know
Cards.
if I still have index cards.
Uh,
Probably somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I have like some cards, like index cards that I can use, and after I think I have to start writing for January. I got to do a January one shot.
Wow, we have lots of material, so.
We do, which is funny.
Yeah, we have.
And
I was like, I know Shady wasn't here. We had the Theros book, which I used. We have Fizz Bands. And then we have the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So, yeah.
yeah, I think.
Amber went a little crazy on the source books.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you doing the March one shot?
Yeah, I haven't started it, but it's November. So if I haven't started by January, then you can yell at me. But
So yeah, here at Arcane Focus, we plan months ahead. This is 100%
well, that was just
true.
some rando idea that came to me. But Hades was also a very rando idea that came to me, and this is your fault.
It's so wild to think about that. I really, and this is me speaking from like the bottom of my heart, because it's like kind of sad where I'm like, I wish we were bigger than we currently are.
Oh yeah, we'd be doing this all the time.
Because
We'd have to take more breaks though, cause damn.
we plan so many things on our limited time schedule because we both work 40-hour jobs.
40 plus, sir.
And I feel like it's like the past few months have been one shot every month when we usually take a month off from one shots.
We are gonna have a one shot in December, but Mike's not gonna be DMing that. That's our original DM for our home
We
campaign.
have a guest DM.
Other home campaign.
Yeah, so we
It'll-
have
December.
November, our 1 year one shot.
Yeah.
December, it's going to be a high level Christmas themed one shot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be level 8.
January, your one shot. Details to be determined.
Oh yeah, my one shot, yeah.
And then I think February we may have one. See, we keep saying we're gonna take time out. We don't do that.
If you don't do it, it's getting crazy, man.
February, I know you have one, and then March would be me, and then
I do?
after that, yeah.
Oh, I've been talking about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then March.
Oh no, I gotta write 2 one-shots.
March would be me. I think maybe April and May. Maybe we won't do one, but we'll see.
Well, it'll probably be like March will be our the one that you're gonna run. Then we'll finally get back on track. We'll have every other month, so it'll be like April nothing, then May yes.
We'll see. That's my birthday month.
Well, I'm gonna pick a day that's away from your birthday. So that'll be fun. A lot of things planned.
I mean, a few announced. The only other announcement, but I mean, like, it's really, well, not that far out, but it's far out enough where it's not like a big issue now. But we will be taking. I haven't even told Stephen Temple that we will be taking December 18th off because we have a wedding to go to.
That's right.
So, but then we have, I think, the one shot that Sunday, so there'll be content. There will be more than enough content.
We don't plan it that. It's funny how some of the stuff works on its own. Where we've been planning with our guest DM to run their one shot.
That we have planned since like
it's
summer.
been a month. Yeah, it's been a month since we've been planning that.
And it just worked out.
It just worked out. So yeah, the 18th of December we won't be going live from Mosted at all. However, that Sunday, next day, how it usually works whenever we have a one shot.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is if we did like a short session because technically it doesn't start till 4. But I feel like that'd be a cram session. So unless like we did like questions for like an hour, I think it's just better.
We'll do a special episode of Books and Brew.
Yeah.
With the whole cast.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we'll see what we can work out.
Yeah.
We'll be dressed up because we're ready for a wedding. I'll be wearing this again. Another one announcement is our 1-year anniversary giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Is still eligible and still open right now. I have to make another post to give another reminder.
You have till the 13th.
You have until the 13th, everyone.
So you have 8 more days.
More
Can't
days.
do math.
I think if I type giveaway, I think it should give a link.
So you have a chance to win a shirt, a sticker, and then a lovely candle is donated as part of the giveaway for Wizards of, I always forget.
Wayside Wizards.
Wayside Wizards.
Is my chat bot not on?
Probably not.
That's a shame. I can find the link though. And I'll share
it's
that.
strictly on our Instagram. Like you can. I don't think we advertised it on Twitter, but like it's an Instagram exclusive giveaway only because we hit a milestone on Instagram. So that's why it's
and we're growing, you know, and I'm loving it. We're at 427, which is I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Considering we started out with 4 a year ago and I took it away from you, yeah. I will take the 400 and something.
I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm not the best at that.
I'm not the best at it either. When I was working from home, it was a little easier because I didn't have to like run away in the morning, but yeah.
So, for in chat right now, if you guys are looking, that link will lead you to our 1-year anniversary giveaway page on Instagram. Simple enough. Like, follow, and this is all on Instagram, as well as leave a comment on your favorite shirt design. I think we only got 5.
Yeah.
So not that hard, not that difficult, but definitely an ask.
Comment, and follow.
Exactly. And you can win a sticker of your choice, a shirt of your choice, and of course the invitation an invitation to the Wizard's Tower candle by Wayside Wizards.
I always forget their name. I just know Wizards in the name.
They're wonderful, wonderful people for reaching out. I loved it. But yeah, that's all happening. And I think we're gonna end the stream here.
We went over nothing.
Well, we had a lot to recap.
Yeah, we had a lot to recap. So
and we won't be doing Mosted this week, so that means we can dive into these books.
Yeah.
Next Books and Brew.
Well, I've already delved pretty far into Theros, but the other two I haven't gotten a chance to yet.
Okay, we'll do the other ones, and then I'll start reading the Theros so I can get a little more familiar on it.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about that book. You bought it, showed me the cover, and was like, now it's mine. And I never had a chance to look at it.
It is mine, I don't even think I showed you the cover. I think you only seen the cover because it was on the table and I said don't touch it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you showed me the cover in terms of like you didn't hide it.
Whoops.
Oops, careful.
This chair always does that. My butt's too heavy.
But no, I'm interested to see what that brings and what interesting magical items.
A lot of craziness, that's all I gotta say.
I'm sure.
But it works all for like Greek mythos. I mean, obviously maybe not all these things were in Greek mythos and vice versa, but
Some creative liberties.
yeah.
By the way, quick hype that's going on right now. 12 Days of Indie just hit $3,000 out of their $5,000 goal. They are
Plays
on
for
their
nuggets.
way. Absolutely. Yeah. So guys, we will be live on Sunday at on the Indie channel, twitch.com/indie. Yeah, we just cracked 3,000. It's amazing. That's an amazing milestone. So proud of those guys.
I'm old.
You know why? It's not you're old. We hit. It's an entire week, man. We're feeling it all.
I'm tired.
You know, I was telling Steve. I told you later was that I streamed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday twice. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Kind of thank you. I still wish to continue the story of Masa, but this was a nice break. And then Sunday. This is the most I've ever streamed in my life. I'm still going. Still happening.
So I said coffee's your friend.
Coffee's my friend. Cool, guys. Well, we'll check you guys on Sunday on the Indie channel at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the way they've been measuring things. So we'll check you then. Latest.